differentiate management from ownership.
One of the biggest red flags is when you walk in and say, who's responsible? We all are. We're all buddy. We all brothers. It doesn't work. You need somebody to take a decision. Yeah. And the others have to buy into it. There has to be
at least one guy whose neck is online.
Yeah.
And let's actually, let's do the ASCENT way. Let's divide ourselves into two groups. All those who put up their hands for VC capital, all of the others who are looking for various other sources, right? Could be VC, and let's, because that's the so any inputs from you, Abhigyan, what are your
so now we have about 3.5 years that we've been trying to raise money. So I don't believe money is easily available in this market at all. I don't know why people keep saying that. But I was in introduction,
so that there's context.
Okay, so traditionally, we are sort of like a cross between a family business and what do you call a startup, because me and my wife, we went years ago and we started on this whole journey of entertainment related business. And we've been typically a services business, because in India, most of the entertainment companies, either like giant companies like Z or Star, you end up supplying to them. That's what you end up doing, because you didn't have, there's no way I could have launched a broadcast company without having to raise 1,000 crores to do that. So the moment I saw an opportunity in 2009, we got onto it very early that this broadcast model is going to get disrupted. So we went into online video. So today we run the world's longest running online television series, so, which is completely owned by us. It's like 414 episodes. So we have IP in the company, a lot of things. We've become a startup company, or we've incorporated. We have separated our roles, so to speak. We've got other people involved. Do all of that, but it's impossible to find a VC whom we can even talk for like 15 minutes, because they're all doing e-com, or they're doing apps or software. There is no way, because we have a very serious, simple thing. We have got broadcasters, we want to take their business. That's it, disrupt. We have a very simple model, and it should be very understandable to people. But it's like we can't even get. In 3.5 years, we've had maybe 4 conversations, and 2 of them were with very large print media companies, not VCs, right? So I find capital is very difficult to find, and for last 18 months at least, we are just continuing to do whatever we are doing, because without that growth capital, we just can't do anything. Whatever we could do, we have finished doing. Now we're just coasting. So the only way is either we go back and grow our services business to, keep more money, make more money coming to the company, which we don't want to do, because that's like stupid, right? That we could have scaled even more by now, the services side, right? We are already a 5 crore, 6 crore rupee company in like 4 years ago. That could have become like 20 crores today. So we want to scale this side, and we cannot scale it without the growth capital, and it's insane, because how do you meet these people? And every time we go to an advisor, and we have gone through that thing, some of the advisors want upfront money, so initially we gave them, nothing comes of it. Even they are not able to find anyone, because you cannot, how much do you vet the advisor? It's like an insane process, because first time you're raising money, particularly for like almost 40 years old, and you've not raised money as a 20-year-old. So that question that he was bringing in, that it is pretty much true that if you didn't take money at the seed stage and you arrived at the early stage, it's very dangerous, because there is nobody to bring more money into the company. As founders, we are doing 30 tasks to keep the company, lean, right? At the same time, to go around chasing money, it's like very little of your time is left to chase money. So if there was somebody already involved, and I've seen companies which took 10 lakhs and started in a similar space, they're still smaller or whatever, they're not doing enough, but they've raised more money. They've been able to raise, somebody with a spreadsheet recently in our sector raised $10 million, which is like the biggest amount of money in online video anybody has raised. But I'm talking about Fame Digital. Fame Digital just went shaking a spreadsheet and raised $10 million from Astro. Now, some of my advisors should have been able to tell this lead, right? Somebody should have been able to, because I don't know. I cannot spend my life chasing who all are doing what, because that's not who I am. I'm an entrepreneur in the media sector. I'm much more going to do my business. I'm not going to chase money all the time. Of course I have to chase money, I know that. But how do you put this thing together? Because we just don't have this intermediary layer which connects the investor, the right kind of investor with the right kind of company. Because we have a fantastic, we know we have a fantastic money, but there is no conversation that you can have with anyone.
One option is to go back to the service business, generate enough cash flow from it to be able to fund it yourself. Point one. Point two, and I understand the challenges there.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So the problem with that is, it's too small to put it at one time. And we thought that it was going to work that way.
But it takes a long time.
No, so typically it's like this. So say you put 20 lakhs per month and it's going to be 2.5 crores at the end of the year. That doesn't matter. 2.5 crores in the beginning is far better to have 20 lakhs per month to do. That's where we got stuck. That's why we ended up funding out. You put 2.5 million of our own money in. We kept on putting our own money in.
So what's the second point?
Yeah, the second way is that if you haven't had success through the investment banker, so to speak, are there seasoned media professionals who you can bring in as advisors who will add that credibility? You see, then they can open the doors. Because that's what you want, right? I mean, you want somebody who, by lending their name to you, whether they don't, ideally they put a little bit of money just to show their skin in the game. But otherwise, and that's what a seed investor often does. So, or at the most, you just put them in as an advisory board member. And what they do is they bring that name credibility and some of their contacts. So, there are different ways to skin that, because I don't know the space that well, but I know that people have been looking at funding online media production companies. And I was told that the former head of Star, I think, had started a company. So I don't know what it's called, but there is interest in the space. I think you just,
You need to connect with the right.
yeah.
But I think it was good to connect with the right people.
In our case, we are going to pretty much as seasoned as we get in the production.
Sure.
We are not going to find like anyone. We do some of the biggest TV shows. So we pretty much done names in this business. So everybody is not, I need somebody from finance side, somebody from the fundraising side who connect with me. The media side there is no benefit because for us, we cannot take money from Star TV. It is their business that we are about to hit. So there is no question of taking money from them. We cannot take money from all of these people.
No, I said, is there a seasoned professional who now is sort of, is semi-retired, who can lend their name, who can help you mentor them? The analogy I'd use is, and people go to Harsh all the time for this, by the way, right, is let's say that you have the idea for some new consumer products company, and you go and Harsh says, okay, it adds huge amount of credibility. That opens doors for you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Because nobody has set up a company of this sort in this space. So nobody has raised money. Even attaching your names, you would not be able to get anybody to fund. You would want to that. Like, you tried Pradeep for some time. Pradeep has done like huge media money. But he's never raised money from anybody. So today he's like in IRS, he has the same problem. If he needs money now, God forbid, he cannot raise any money. Because he doesn't know anybody from this. So see something like this, what he mentioned, we've been running this old businesses which maybe have been an old business, it's been a very old business. It doesn't bring like
who that person could be is a matter of calibration. In your case, maybe that person could be someone who's at the front end of technology.
Right, it could be technology.
You know what I mean? So I think that's a matter of detail, and perhaps that should be it. So I think the point is not who, it's I think the relevance which is very important. That's the key part, and to create a tool.
Because you can be some sort of.
And if any advisor is looking at it, typically, to my mind, if you want to call them advisors, and they are looking at giving itna paisa, so they are not really advisors. So why they are actually do it from passion, because they arrive. If you see that when Dinesh is saying, they arrive in life. It's up to you as the entrepreneur out of respect that you want to get them, to be part, but they are doing it because they are the right advisors. That's it.
Through your own networks and contact, it has to be somebody who believes in you, who buys into your story, and that's a personal pitch. There's no other way around it. I'm telling you, I'm just using Harsh as an example. I suspect you all know him, right? So people want him to be associated with certain companies because they know that he brings that credibility. And it's true. When I look at companies and I see XYZ name attached to it, I look at it slightly differently. It doesn't mean I write a check. Ultimately, I would believe in the entrepreneur and the business idea. But it adds that level of sort of,
Also, when very different point of view, in a very simple way, raising finance. So that is also becoming, it should be a practice. So there are lots of people who never take loans or never take finance, and then when they really grow, at that time it's very difficult for them to take finance. This is one of the big reasons. So
that's a very good point.
So it's a very different way, but I thought to just share it with you.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very building.
Credit history is very useful, very important, even at a personal level. I mean, business and personal.
My query is that currently we manage the more than half of our business through ASCENT from in Dubai. As it's easy for daily transaction. Maybe we arrange $15,000-$20,000 daily transaction here. There is a long process, and we don't use the credit from the operators. So now, should I showing my future business in Indian company or the business, or whether is you see more future, or should I transfer to Singapore entity actually, so where I can get a better valuations in the future. And I see lots of growth incoming. So
what is the downside to reincorporating or having a Singapore holding company which will then have an Indian sub? What is the downside? Because you can always list the Indian sub if necessary. Plus you have the flexibility then of raising capital, dollar capital in Singapore if you want, right?
So that is better option.
It sounds to me, I mean, I don't want to...
Actually, on the surface, I think the question was, is there any downside? If not, then why overanalyze it? If you anyway are doing your transactions overseas,
Yeah.
A lot of companies are flipping their structures to go overseas.
Yeah, so I see the all many Indian startups they are trying to register over there. So
No, and in your case, since a lot of your business is foreign, is overseas anyway, there's a logic to it.
okay, so exiting in Dubai is not easy task, but that can definitely we go for the Singapore.
I think there are enough experts around who can guide you when you should get to details, but it's something that one should explore into this time.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds worth exploring.
Yeah.